Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a very special guest joining us, someone whose energy, professionalism, and ability to connect with people who have made him one of South Africa's sought after MCs. Kavish Kissoonlal, better known as Kavish The MC, has built a reputation for transforming ordinary events into unforgettable experiences, from weddings and milestone celebrations to creating memorable moments through events to remember. His journey has been one of passion, consistency, and dedication. Since our last conversation, a lot has happened: new events, new experiences, new challenges, and new opportunities. In this catch up episode, we'll talk about what's been happening behind the scenes, how the events industry has evolved, the lessons Kavish has learned along the way, and his vision for the future. So sit back and enjoy this conversation with the man who continues to make moments unforgettable. Let's get started. How are you, Kavish?
I'm good, Sid. Thank you so much for having me again, mate.
You're most welcome. So, Kavish, it's great to catch up again since our last conversation. What has been happening in your world? What's new with you and events to remember?
Uh, sure. I think it just elevated from the last time we spoke. It's like the same thing, just like times 10, because it's like
Wow.
weekend after weekend. It's gig after gig. It's been a journey which I'm absolutely grateful for. Get to go to all of these cool places, meet new people every weekend. Well, Durban, it's not as big as we think to, because sometimes I see a lot of familiar faces at various different events, and sometimes I have to tell them when I see them in the guests, I'll be like, hey, just pretend as if it's the first time you're seeing me. That way it doesn't sound repetitive. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been really nice. Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. I have a comment question for you already. Are you okay?
Okay.
Okay. Sure. Okay. This is from Resh Chitan. Hi, Kavish. Have you ever had a disgruntled audience? Being in your industry is not easy because you have to have a balance and please the crowd, I guess.
I Yeah, I did. It happens more often than you think. Maybe not in the audience as a whole, but let's say
Hmm.
in a setting of 200 people, there may be about 20 or 30 of them scattered, of course, who are just, arms folded, just waiting for us to say, okay, supper is served. What do you do in a situations like that? Well, it's not really, to be honest, it's not really about them. It's about the couple or the client that hired you. You got to go through their program, deliver what they want, and I always say this to people: you receive an invite, so one, honor the invite, no matter what it
Mm.
is. Whether you're there for a North Indian wedding, which you know is going to take 3 4 hours, a South Indian wedding, which is your 1 1.5 hours at most. You got to know
Okay.
there's always going to be a reception to follow. No matter what event it is, honor the invite, come prepared, and respect the program that's going to follow. So I always tell the client that as well. In your invite, state you're having a reception. It's going to run from X amount of time to X amount of time. Also, sometimes the disgruntled audience, it doesn't really come from what we doing as the artists or the performers. It comes from the lengthy speeches that our clients, when
Yeah.
they ask me, yeah, that's where it comes from. Like those talks that go on for 25, 35 minutes. It's crazy. Yeah, I've seen it happen too many times, and that's even I get upset. So I agree.
No, but I was just meaning like I'm sure like one from the question is like have the audience ever been disgruntled at you for any reason, or it's just mainly the audience being disgruntled
And
because of the other people and all that?
I haven't, touching wood when I'm saying I haven't had anyone come up and be so upset with me for something.
Okay. Okay, that's good. That's
Thankfully
good.
for that, that's never happened, and I hope it never does as well. I like to get on their side as well. I like to like
Cool.
when you're talking sports related, United versus Liverpool, things like that. I like to get under their skin. Sometimes when I go to certain venues where I know the roads were terrible to get there, I will pick on them. If there's a power cut, I will pick on them for that as well, but nothing so hectic. It's all in the name of fun.
Yeah, I can sympathize with you with the long speeches because unfortunately, when I've been to family events, those speeches can be quite long, and I can end up tearing my hair out.
Yeah, I always say people, guys, 5 minutes maximum. Not because I want more time on the mic, but
Hmm.
our attention span doesn't last longer than 5 minutes unless you're changing the topic or doing
Hmm.
something else.
Yeah. All right. Looking back at the time since we last spoke, what has been the biggest milestone? I'm sorry, biggest highlight or milestone you've experienced?
Oh wow. I guess different venues since last time we spoke, to brand new venues. I've got to travel
Wow.
around. the province. Got to do some venues which I've been manifesting. I wanted to MC an event at certain areas. A lot of those ones in the Midlands, in Johannesburg as well.
Okay.
Seeing those different people, different cultures come out. For me, that's a win because it sort of became like repetitive for quite some time. And those who watch the show on YouTube and stuff, they sort of seeing it as well. For me personally, though, I love going to these different events, trying out something different
Mhm.
with the program, something different that will work. Of course, I know there's a lot of guys that try different things in their program, but it doesn't seem to work. So the milestones for me would be seeing the different people, seeing the different emotions that come out. I started to see a trend recently where, and I've been wanting grooms to do this, but a groom, when he's watching his bride walk down the aisle, bring out the emotion. Some of them may tear up, or some of them may do something. And that's what I wanted to see. And I began to see that a lot in the last few months, I would say. So, yeah, it's other than that, I can't really point a finger and say like this was massive for me. But it's been a beautiful journey as a whole. Every event is always a beautiful journey.
So nothing in Cape Town you've been to for any events in
No,
Cape Town?
I'm yet to do an event in Cape Town. All my Cape
Okay.
Townian couples, they come here and get married. So, and
Okay.
there were two opportunities for me to go down there, but unfortunately, I was already booked here. Yeah, I mean, you know my schedule. Said you
Yeah.
you know how busy it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Have there been any particular events, clients, or
Mm.
moments recently that stood out and reminded you why you love what you do?
Every event, hey, every event. There's that moment, whether it's a wedding, a birthday party, you name it, whatever event it is. Uh, there's that one moment where I just look at the client that hired me. If it's not the couple themselves, then it's their family member, and you can see them. That there's that one moment that comes at every event where they are just happy. They're like, if there's a better word to describe it, I'd use it right now. But they are just so happy with what they are seeing. Their vision came to life. We ignore anything else that happened in the background. Maybe, we ran a bit late or something may have happened, but there's a moment. It happens at every event, whether it comes from something that I'm saying or a speaker or in a moment in the program. You just look and you think, wow, look at them. They are happy. They are glowing. This is exactly what they wanted. So every event, I look for that. And again, touch wood, I've seen this in every event. I hope to keep seeing it in all events.
Awesome. How has the MC and events landscape changed since we last brought up, especially with trends in weddings, celebrations, and social media?
I think there's a lot of more cameras on us now. It's no longer from the
Oh,
professional guys that they hire us. It's more from the guests now. Like everybody wants a piece of this. Like I believe social media is TikTok. Let's talk about that.
oh
TikTok
yeah.
has really expanded in the Indian community here in Durban. It's like, and I love that. I love to see that everybody wants that. They want to be part of it as well. That's what we're all about. And even the clients and stuff as well too. We know. Of course, if it's a wedding, yes, spotlight is on them. We know this for a fact, but they're not shy of letting other people have the spotlight and stuff as well. So I've seen this in the last few months. I believe it's like a trend now. You go for a wedding, you got to have your own reel, similar to the ones we make professionally, but they're doing their
Okay.
own and stuff as well, which is awesome. I like that. I encourage that as well. I'm yet to see someone present it the way I'm doing. If that does happen, I'd love to be in that video as well, or be as a guest in when they're doing something like that. Would be fun to see. But yeah, that's the recent trend I'm seeing. Social media, phone cameras out everywhere. People want to be involved.
So you're basically saying it's become free advertising for you because of the guests doing videos of you and all that.
Yeah, well, it'd be nice if they tag me. I just happen to see it on other people's
Oh,
status. So like, hey, nice, say,
okay.
tag me. It'll be nice. But I'm
Hmm.
always grateful to see myself on other people's videos and stuff as well. Feels good.
Awesome. What new skills, habits, or lessons have you picked up recently that have helped you grow as a presenter and MC?
Good question. Time management. That is
Okay.
the ultimate skill. Like, look, we've been talking about that all this time, but in the last few months, time, we no longer just look at it from the time a program starts till it ends. Time is everything. From the second you leave home, all of that starts to go. So I started to, when we planning programs, I tell clients, irrespective of where you're living, use a GPS to get to your venue, because if there's one distraction on your journey there, you delayed. People forget the time that it takes to actually leave your room. You're just up in your room to get to your car. you think, okay, we're going to leave now at 11. No, you're not. You may have walked out of the house at 11, but the time you got to the car, set yourself up in the car, left the driveway, left, gone into the street, stop street, robots, etc., etc. It's taken you already 10 minutes, and you don't realize that. So time management is the critical, I would say, the critical skill to look at in the events game. Everything is time related. So if there's one speaker that takes, we spoke about this just now, if there's one speaker that takes 30 minutes to speak, everything gets put off. And it's up to us now to go to the rest of the service providers and tell them, hey, especially the caterers, everything's been pushed now by another half an hour. So success can come with time management, failure can come from time management. Yeah.
How how much has time management, I mean, like, have you ever been let down because of people overdoing it with the time?
No, tons
Or
of
with where
tons,
you
tons of time, tons and tons of
oh
time. We have,
oh
and so
God.
it sometimes it's like there's a for every event there's an entire team that has to work together. Okay, it's not just an MC or a DJ.
Hmm.
Everybody has to work in sync so that we know this is what we're doing. And now I've started to like claim it as service providers. They need to be part of that, or rather, speakers need to be part of the service providers list as well. The reason I say that is because if they know what the program is about, they know stick to your time as well.
Hmm.
So sometimes these guys come there and I cringe when I see a speaker coming up and he's got 10 pages back to back, and I know, oh my god, this guy's going to read 10 pages. I know this guy's going to take forever. So we just have to, what are we going to do now? We have to let, so sometimes I tell them in advance, hey, you speaking just now, please stick to 5 minutes. And that's when we do get, no, but I have a lot to say. I'm like, you know what, you can WhatsApp your bride and tell her that. WhatsApp for the rest. Say your key parts now. Just voice note her the rest. Be hungry. It happens.
Oh gosh. Wow. Okay, your brand continues to evolve. Have there been any exciting changes, collaborations, or or new directions for events to remember?
Well, on the show itself, I started to finally managed to convince a lot of the team, the service providers that we get to work with. I finally managed to convince them to talk behind the mic and be on camera as well. It's no longer me just taking a picture and tagging you on my socials. Now I actually
Hmm.
want you to speak. Tell me, talk to the deco guys if I manage to see them. Tell us what you set up. Talk to the DJs, the photographers. Some of them enjoy it. They look forward to it. There's a few DJs, if they're watching this, they know who they are. They prepare a whole script, and they like, it's like they're live in the motion. And the other guys are still so shy, and they get the bridal couple's names wrong. So I have to tell them, hey, say it again, say it again. I'm encouraging that because I noticed clients want to see who are they going to be working with, who are they going to be hiring, etc. And I noticed that the more personality you show, the better your chance of getting hired to do an event.
That's so true. You've always focused on creating memorable experiences. Has your approach into hosting and storytelling changed over the past year?
No, I think it's just amplified. Like I said, I love going into all of these events, telling the story of how a couple got together, if they allow me. Some couples are like, no, 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 we don't say anything. I'm like, okay, must I make it up? It says, no, no, just don't say anything. I'm like, okay. So on the mic, I'll be like, they just met. Yeah, that's it. We don't know how that we just got here. It happens sometimes. But yeah, the storytelling. It's I think for me it's one of the key things because I like to know how people got together.
Of
In
course.
fact, I haven't put it on camera yet, but what I also do is sometimes I get into the crowd and I start talking to couples in the crowd, elderly couples as well. You can see they've been married for quite some time. Love to hear
Mhm.
their stories as well. How did they get together 20, 30, 40 years ago? Love to know those stories because we know it's different then. There was no social media then.
Oh,
So how did you guys find love back then? Because in today's world where everybody's finding love through social media, I'm not one of them, but everyone else is. I love to know how they did it back then.
but then have most of the people you've come across in terms of the couples, have they been mostly because of arranged marriages or it's just been a variety?
Now, all the recent ones, the older ones, yeah, the older ones, yeah,
Mhm.
it was arranged marriages or first guy they met or first woman they met. Next thing you know, they're getting married. That's how it was apparently back in the day.
course.
Crazy, very, very crazy. Because I know some couples these days who, I think it was last month. I did a wedding, and this couple they've been together for 12 years. They were dating for 12 years, and they only tied the knot 12 years later. And yet, you speak to these couples, these senior couples, and they say, "No, we were arranged, or we met, and within 3 months we were married." Crazy, crazy. I don't think I'd be able to do that in today's world. We need to know so
No.
much about a person before we can think of, taking the ring and putting it on, the other finger.
What has been the biggest challenge you've faced recently, and how did you overcome it?
Yeah, I think it was going back to the time management thing as well. Yeah, we started an event. We started it on time. We were set to finish on time, and then there were two speakers that came and just, whew, my God, messed the whole thing up. And unfortunately for us, that event, um, the catering. So I don't love. I'm sure other people will agree as well. I hate it when food is being served while someone is speaking, because you don't end up hearing anything what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
All you can hear is spoons on a plate, and if you got
Mm.
a venue filled with 400-500 people, you're not going to hear anything other than that. So unfortunately for us, on that particular day, the catering was served meals. It wasn't a buffet. With a buffet you can get away with
Okay.
it. They can
Yeah.
hold the food for good 30
Mm.
minutes longer, because the bain maries will
Yeah.
keep it hot. But when it's served and it's ready to be served, you have to serve it. And this was deep winter now. You cannot even hold that food for 10 minutes. That thing it's going to get cold. And next thing, you're going to have 400 people all upset. So, unfortunately for us, the time was running out there. And I went to the couple and I told them, listen, guys, this food needs to be served now, else you're going to have big issues here. So, you have three more speakers, including yours. What do you want to do? So they said, okay, call the next speaker, and they cut their parts out, their vote of thanks, their little words to each other. They took that out completely, and this says, yeah, just go ahead. Um, and it still got bad because the person that we called up to speak took another 15 minutes while
Oh
this
God.
person is speaking. Food comes out. I'm like, okay, there's nothing we can do. So I had to take the mic, and I had to ask the audience. There was 400 plus people. They had to ask them, guys, please, I understand you guys are hungry. I really do. I'm going to ask you now, please, can you put your spoons down just for 30 seconds? That's all I'm going to ask you for. 30 seconds. Put your spoons down. Let's give this couple their moments, give this their time. I'm about to announce them as Mr. and Mrs. Their grand announcement. I want you all to be part of that, and it works sometimes. When you ask
Yeah.
nicely, I think they'll do it.
Mm. Wow. But I think with most functions, I think they're kind of buffet now. I don't
It
think they really
depends
serve the
on it.
really.
I guess it depends on what the client prefers, the budget that they
Okay.
have as well. Also, it depends on the setting, the venue that you choose. Sometimes, if you have a venue that's going to take up to 400 people, I would suggest do a buffet because it'll just be easier for
Mm.
crowd control. But again,
Of course.
it's all a cost factor. It depends on the budgets that the
Mm.
clients have.
Okay. What's something people may not know about what has been happening behind the scenes with you and your business?
There's a lot I can't really talk about, but there's a lot. Sometimes you get these couples who have zero expressions, and you have to tell them, smile, please. You're on camera here. You're doing your first look. Smile. Do something.
Mm.
So obviously the camera's it's recording, but it's not recording the audio. Maybe it is too. We just don't play. And after I'm shouting at the couple, say, hey, come on, smile, laugh. I have to just talk to them about something, get them going somehow, just so that they have that perfect moment, because the video is going to last longer than that moment that you're witnessing in in your mind. So I was like, guys, come on, you're going to look back here 20, 30 years from now. You do not want to have a down look. Be happy,
Mm.
So
That's
there's a
true.
lot that goes on. I can't really dive too much into it. I can't really say much, but the service providers know we have to go through a lot sometimes just to make sure their vision comes alive.
Of course. Lastly, as we catch up today, what are you most excited about for the next chapter of your journey?
More events to come, more new venues, travel involved as well, more events I'm doing in Joburg, hopefully Cape Town, but nothing left for this year. So this year's calendar is completely out. I wish I could. And then next year, there's so much happening next year. The calendar is already insanely getting filled up. Like it's crazy. Even I'm surprised. But there's a lot of travel going to be involved for next year, which I can't really talk too much about. Hence the black beads. I don't want anyone's eyes here.
Ah,
But yeah, but yeah, that's what's gonna happen next year.
Awesome. As usual, Kavish, always a pleasure to have you on.
Yeah, thanks, Ted. Thanks so much for this platform. Thanks for doing what you're doing as well. Thanks for having me for the second time. I think you know how busy my schedule is, so I'll probably talk to you again. What next year?
Yeah, yeah, no problem, man.
I
Take
love it.
care and bless, man.
Thanks, mates. Cheers, man.